that she's okay to sell them for like what she got them for or whatever, which is crazy. So I'm really excited to see how much she sells these bags for, because if she sells them for what she got them for, oh my god guys, like I have to buy something, because what the hell. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jess. I've been a bit sick the last few days, you guys, so thank you so much for your kind messages of getting me well soon and all that, because yeah, I have been itching to make a video. I was going to edit one of my vlogs today instead of making a video, but I had to tell you guys about this lady I saw on Instagram, because you guys, you know, when you're sick, you're just like watching TV and looking at Instagram all day. She is selling her entire Hermes collection, which she has been collecting for over 50 years. And I had to talk about it with you guys because I think she's going to start selling her bags like in a few days. So if you want the opportunity to buy one of her bags, oh my gosh, you guys, I have signed up to like the wishlist thing. I'm not sponsored by this store who's selling her bags. I just saw it on Instagram. It's a consignment store called Sign of the Times. And I think they're based in the UK. And they were sharing this lady who... I don't know what her name is, but she has been collecting Hermes bags for over 50 years. She has like almost 30 Birkins or something. She has Callie's, non-quota bags, and she's decided to sell her entire collection and then move to the countryside and look after her piglets. And all she said that she needs now is like a raincoat and some Wellington boots. So she has no need for her Birkin bags anymore. It does remind me a little bit of... I spoke about Lydia Elise Millen a few months ago and how she sold off her whole collection as well and has now a lifestyle of riding horses and cooking, and she sees no need in having a Hermes bag. I feel like it's like a similar thing, but I would imagine, you know, even when I get to a certain age, it gets to a point where maybe you don't need to wear Birkins anymore. Maybe you don't need to have all these things. And the truth is, like, when you pass away, you can't take these things with you. So there is a time in your life where I imagine you have to stop collecting handbags, right? Like, I know it's a bit morbid to think about, but like, I sometimes think, like, when I die, like, who's going to take my handbags? I don't know, because I don't know. I don't like to think about it, but yeah, I guess there's a point in your life as a collector where you have to think about what are you going to do with your collection. And she wants to retire and just move to the countryside. So anyways, guys, what bags is she selling and are they going to be good deals? Because apparently she bought a Kelly, for example, in the 80s for only £3,000, which is an amazing deal. And in the video, she said how she wants to sell it and not make much of a profit. So I think that she's going to sell them for really low prices since, you know, these days there's been so many price increases and the prices are crazy. She wants to let go her whole collection for really reasonable deals, which is crazy because, oh my gosh, can you imagine if she sold that Kelly for £3,000? Like, that's a really good deal. She looks like a very flamboyant dresser. She's wearing a Shrimps jacket, which I love the brand Shrimps. I actually have quite a few coats from them as well. They stopped kind of stocking as much stuff. I did think they used to be a bit more popular, but I feel like Shrimps is a brand that's like super underrated. So I feel like they need to come back in fashion. But yeah, I love Shrimps coats and I often look for them on like Vestiaire Collective and stuff. But anyway, she has a gorgeous blue Zanzibar Birkin, and it seems like a lot of her bags tend to be on the bigger side. I know that, you know, it used to be more fashionable to collect bigger bags like Birkin 35s, Kelly 35s, and it seems like the majority of her collection is like bigger Birkins, which is quite cool. I think this blue Zanzibar one might be a Birkin 30. Absolutely gorgeous color. She also has a Birkin, it kind of looks like a 35 to me, in a Crevette, which is the flamingo color, which I actually have myself. I have a Crevette, what is this? A Victoria bag. So this flamingo color, but I think hers is so cool because it has gold hardware, which is so dreamy. She also has a Bean Birkin 35, which is a gorgeous like dark brown. And she even shows us how she has a cadena on her bag, which is a gorgeous little elephant. She says that they were actually discontinued in 2010, but I know that Hermes are still kind of starting to release more cadena locks just of recently, so I think they are also kind of coming back in fashion. She also has this really cool Birkin with a canvas print on it. She said that it's from 2008. And it has more of like a print all over it, and it looks to me like another bigger Birkin, maybe a 35. What else does she have here, guys? She has a Kelly in Etain, which is a really popular dark grey colour. This looks like it's in the 28 size with palladium hardware. I also particularly like her Birkin 30 in the colour brick red in the box calf leather. I think that the palladium hardware and the white stitching are so fresh on this bag, and it's just a vintage classic beauty, and it looks gorgeous with a little Pegasus as well. She does have quite a few bag charms which she adds to her bags, and I even noticed on her blue Zanzibar Birkin she even added a Labubu, which is very cool at the moment. She has a Lindy 26 or a 30, I can't quite tell, in the Rose Sakura colour. Honestly, guys, I feel like at some stage in my life I need a Rose Sakura bag, but one can dream. But I think the Lindy is an affordable way to get a Rose Sakura bag. Obviously, the Birkins and Kellys and Rose Sakura tend to be over 20,000, 30,000, whereas a Garden Party or Lindy is a little bit of an affordable option. So I am kind of eyeing how much she's going to sell this Lindy for, because that's honestly something that I would go for. It's just incredible. She even has a more kind of modern day Kelly in a canvas. This to me looks like more of a newer design, whereas a lot of the majority of her bags look like over 10 years old or a little bit more vintage, even over 20 years old. It does have one Constance in a mustard color, or I think it's Jaune Amber, which is a really pretty yellow. It's like a mustard yellow. I think if I was going to go for a yellow, I'd go for something like this because it's more of an autumn color palette. But I don't know, guys, like, you know how I keep going on about my autumn color palette? I feel like I need to get a second opinion, because I do think that I look okay in black, but apparently black is not a color that I look the best in, but I think I do look good in black. So I don't know, maybe I am autumn winter color palette, I don't know, but I think yellow is supposed to be one of my bad colors. But anyway, if I was going to choose a yellow, I think this is more of a neutral yellow, like it's not like so fluorescent or wishy-washy than other yellows. So it's quite a nice yellow, a little bit more versatile. But you can see she has so many bags. Oh my gosh, like red, like a kind of reddy, I don't know if that's Rose Japur Birkin I can see back there. A little, I don't know what that's, like a dark purpley Kelly as well. But yeah, apparently she has like 28 Birkins, Kellys. She even has a vintage mini Kelly. Absolutely adorable. This one I imagine is going to sell for a lot, because these vintage mini Kellys, I always see them for like at least 35,000 Australian, $40,000 Australian, like crazy prices. Something I would honestly, even if I had money coming out of my ears, I don't think I could ever spend over $35,000 on a handbag. I just feel like that is a lot of money for a handbag, but she would have bought it back in the 80s when it was a much better price, or the 90s actually. I think this were kind of coming out in the 90s, but she even has like a mini Kelly and like a green corduroy, which is so rare. Like, oh my gosh, like that would go for an absolute fortune. She has Birkin 35s as well, like several in black, in Ardennes leather, which is a discontinued leather actually, and it's a really hardy leather, really durable, and something that you can't get anymore. So a lot of her leathers that she has, like the Courchevel, the Ardennes, they're all discontinued leathers that I think actually there's leathers that in time will become even more rare and more sought after. So actually sometimes going for vintage bags is a better investment if you do want to sell them in the future, because as time goes by, they actually become more rare. And their bags, particularly Hermes bags, they last so long. They just for some reason are so hearty, and they're hard to dye unless you really wear them and like step on them with your boots. They're really hard to destroy. So that's why I really like Hermes bags, because they last a long time. And if you are in a bit of a pinch for money in the future, you can. There's always some value in them. I know all my Hermes bags, not all of them are good investments. I have a lot of like bags that are not Birkins and Kellys, but in general, Birkins and Kellys, they tend to hold value if you get them at a good price. If you overpay for them, sometimes when you go to sell them, you'll lose money. But yeah, I guess it's hard to know what the value will be like in another 10, 20 years, guys. Like, we don't know if like these things are going to become worthless or what. It's hard to say, but definitely compared to the prices she would have paid, 10, 20 years ago, they would be an investment for her. But she's saying that she's okay to sell them for like what she got them for or whatever, which is crazy. So I'm really excited to see how much she sells these bags for, because if she sells them for what she got them for, oh my god, guys, like I have to buy something, because what the hell? And yeah, she also has a Cellier Kelly, like a bigger one. So it's so many bags. Oh my gosh, you guys. So how are we going to shop this sale? Well, apparently you have to sign up to the wish list or something. You have to sign up your email and see when they're going to drop this launch. I admittedly did sign up to their email, and I assume it's going to be very competitive. I'm probably not going to buy anything because I live in Australia and I hate shopping overseas because I get hit with taxes and duties, and I hate that surprise $1,000 tax and duties. Like, it's just so annoying. Unless I'm buying something that's under $1,000, I will shop overseas, like, yeah, all the time. I'll shop overseas if it's under $1,000, but when it gets to over $1,000, like, for example, if I buy a bag that's like $6,000, I could get taxes and duties for like $2,000. Like, it could be something crazy like that. So I'm a bit scared to do that. But that being said, I will be eyeing the sale anyway, and keep me updated, guys, if you are interested too. And actually, I'm gonna see when they drop it on the website if I can make a video about that as well, because I think it'll be really cool to see what these bags go for and if they are gonna be really good deals. And I'd love to see her full collection as well, because oh my gosh, I just think like in 50 years or in like 30 years or so, am I gonna be like this too? Like, am I gonna be collecting for like another 30 years and then just dump my whole collection? Because there has been times where I've sold like literally my whole collection and then started again, which is actually quite fun. But I have a feeling she's not gonna start again. She's just gonna retire from handbag collecting, which is really cool. So anyways, thanks for watching my video today, guys. And yes, I'm starting to get better, so hopefully we'll get back into the swing of things, and I'll see you guys really soon. Bye!